Good evening, my friends. This is Machiventa Melchizedek. I and many of my staff always attend these meetings because you make it possible. You invite us to be here. You reach out across the veil with your faith, with your devotion, with your willingness to open yourselves up to receive our spirit energy. And so we would not deny this opportunity, but instead we welcome it and look forward to these moments when we can converse with our mortal brothers and sisters and share with you a little bit about what's in store for you and what can happen for you when you have the courage to take our Master at his words. When he taught us, and still does, to go and seek within, to ask, and you will receive. And so, let us think a little bit about this process and why it is that some find it so difficult, and this world in general finds it so difficult to exercise this faith and to make this connection and bridge this gap between mortal and spirit. This world is indeed in chaos. This world has suffered greatly over the last 200 and some thousand years as the original planetary administration went into rebellion against Christ Michael and the rule of the Paradise Deities and the cosmos. And they saddled this world with two big lies. And it's important perhaps to think for a minute what these lies are so that you can understand what you need to do individually to make this connection. And the first big lie that Lucifer instilled in humanity was that humanity is powerless. There is no creator, and so you are powerless to connect with something that doesn't exist. And that lie has worked to a devastating effect over the years. And the second big lie that he embedded in our DNA was that you are corrupt and sinful, without reprieve. You are damned to eternal hell and separate from any creator. You are not worthy of such relationships. They do not exist for you. And by these lies, Lucifer sought to make himself God, the God of all these apostate worlds that joined the rebellion. So he corrupted not only the individual minds of people, but he corrupted the institutions of religion and spirit to the point that even today they teach this lie that you are sinful and that God would not have anything to do with sinful man unless his innocent and perfect son was sacrificed. This is a lie, children. This isn't true. And as much as most of us were raised in a culture that taught us this from time we were young children and could not defend ourselves against it, it too became internalized in you. But now this world is at a place of transition. And the truth is that you are not separate from our Creator. Not now, not ever, and never will you be, unless you refuse this relationship. This you can do because you have free will. But you can also use that free will to ask for guidance. And now is the time in the evolution of humanity when human mind and hearts have evolved to the point where you can go within, seek within, ask for spirit contact. Make it your intention to have conscious contact with your indwelling spirit. And you will. And you will begin to feel the presence of the Spirit. And you will know without a doubt that you are unconditionally loved by your Creator. And that your Creator has a marvelous plan for each of you, a divine purpose that stretches out before you into eternity. And you will never, ever exhaust the potential of this indwelling spirit. You will forever be growing and outgrowing. You will come up against limits, and then you will be challenged to move beyond them. And this is the way that you will begin to understand how you can join with me and my staff and others all over this world who are awakening to this divine power within. For you are powerful beyond your imaginations to co-create a reality of love, of truth, of beauty and goodness, to reach out to Mother Spirit, to reach out to Christ Michael, the Spirit of truth, Mother Spirit's Holy Spirit, and the Father Spirit. This trinity of spiritual resources resides in your minds and in your hearts and awaits only your faith, only for you to open the door to them, to experience their guidance, and to begin to experience the growth of your soul. And by so doing, you join with other daughters and sons of light, one open heart at a time, to bring this light of the divine love into this darkened world and chase before it the light of the lies of the Lucifer rebellion, the light of the lie of separation. And let this light dissolve the illusion of separateness, of unworthiness, of powerlessness. And let this light begin to settle the chaos of your individual hearts and souls, and also of the collective humanity. This is not utopia. This is simply your destiny, and it is yours for the choosing. And you can begin that in any moment, that you simply take a deep conscious breath and say, yes, I want your guidance, Spirit. Yes, I want to contact you. I want to feel your presence, and I want to grow in this experience of conscious contact with Spirit to the point where I feel a certainty within, and I can begin to want to serve my fellows in this life and share with them, through my love and service for and to them, what I'm experiencing. This is the way this world will approach a sustainable culture and society and that will never stop growing and evolving until it attains an era of light and life and fulfills the divine purpose for which we were all put here. This is not a tale, a story. This is simply truth. And in order for you to appropriate this truth, you only have to experience it. And that is entirely your choice. You stand at the starting gate of a marvelous journey. And you need to only take that first step to begin to know the truth of what I'm telling you tonight. There is much support for you. The universe is indeed friendly, but it's much more than friendly. The universe is powered by divine and unconditional love. And when you awaken on your next station in life, you will leave behind the pain of physical body, hunger for food, sexual desire, and all the things that cause confusion in you. But the most important aspect of this new awakening will be to live in an environment free of fear, because there will be no thing to fear when you are awakened on the mansion world. But you do not need to postpone that. You can experience this even now. So I would invite you to take that first step and then find that path that's unique to you. And when you begin to travel that path, you will meet others who are also traveling that path. Gather with them when you may. Celebrate this truth with them. Fellowship together and lift each other up into the light of this divine love. And know that the worship of your Creator, the devoting of your will to doing the will of this Creator, to being as clear and as an unobstructed conduit for this divine love that you can be, is the secret to the joy, happiness, prosperity, and the peace that you so seek even now. This is wonderful and marvelous news. And so I'm delighted to join you in this meeting, to share it with you, and to also make myself available to those who may have questions. I'm happy to answer them and to assist each honest soul on this journey into the light. So if you have questions about anything that was shared tonight from any of our wonderful human brothers and sisters who were TRing for us, please ask. These beings that were TR'd are not absent, but they stand around me even now and can easily answer questions for themselves if you ask them, or I can answer for you. And please, let us have a conversation together. Ask your questions.